When am I live? I never know when we actually go live.
As soon as you said, "Am I live?" We're live.
We're live. Hey, everybody. I'm Steak with the Cantrip Cast. Welcome. We are having another Friday Patreon one shot. And we are so happy to see so many of you guys in the chat. How's everybody doing? The first thing that we're going to do here today is we're going to go ahead and give our character introductions, starting from the bottom left to the right.
That would be me. Hi, I'm Emma. I'm going to be playing Nana, a half-orc paladin, and I'm going to try not to die. I'd like to make it to the quest giver this time instead of what happened last week. Good luck to us, I hope.
All right, and in the middle, a little new to our Patreon scene.
I am Ryan. I'm playing Toxin, a Dragonborn Paladin. And I got faith in us. I think we got this.
I have faith in you guys. And last but definitely not least,
I'm Dan, or Danosaur, in the Discord server, and I'm playing Bob. I have no idea how I got here. I was riding the bus home from work, and then suddenly I must have fallen asleep, and I don't know what's going on. Oh, you'll find out soon.
Okay. All right. I love the role play. We're all the way in it. No chat. We're not specifically going for a TPK. I actually like it when everybody survives and there's a happy ending, believe it or not. I know nobody believes me, but it's true. So where we are now is our adventurers here, Toxin, Bob, and Nanon, are being sent to investigate what happened to the last adventuring team from last week. And if you were here last week, you'd know that the entire team got TPK'd, helped destroy the entire village, and sort of led a zombie apocalypse on this part of the region. So we're going to take it back up to maybe about an hour outside of town. As you guys have been traveling, it's almost afternoon. And when you look up nearing the city, you guys can definitely see smoke. And this is like dark black smoke. Like you can tell that this is like bad fire smoke, not like the normal type you'd see.
Hey guys, looks like where we're headed's on fire. Are we really supposed to go there?
Oh, did we turn Dan down?
Well,
yeah.
That is the direction we are meant to be going. Fire is of little consequence to me.
I do believe there is a settlement in that direction. I would definitely say black smoke, not the best. So, yeah, let's head in that direction, shall we?
If you guys say so.
Off we go.
Okay, you guys have noticed, the signs of fire, and you're getting a little nervous, a little worried. You pick up the pace a little bit and start heading to the village, and you can quickly see that there's been some obvious damages to this village. You guys have been here before. It's the town of Liechtenstein. It's just a small corn farming town, but you guys see that the fires have hit just acres and acres and acres of corn. This place used to be surrounded. Like you could just look one way outside of the town and you could see nothing but corn. All of it is gone now. You see that there's a few people walking around the town. There's like one guard who's standing by the shattered, front gate. He looks sort of burnt up, sort of bruised up. But as you guys approach, he sort of rigidly stands up to attention and calls out, "Who are you, friend or foe, in this time of need?"
Friend, good sir, friend. We are here to help. We saw the fires from afar, and we came to assist. Pray tell, what exactly is going on? We can see that the acres of fire. This is awful. Has the nearby settlement been evacuated?
We didn't have time to evacuate. We didn't even know that the attack was happening until it was upon us, and then we were surrounded. And there were fires everywhere. And the food is gone. Women, children, the old, pets, almost anything living didn't make it. The only of us that made it are those that made it back to the old town hall. And we fought them off all throughout the day. And when the night came, the zombies simply turned and walked away. Is the only reason we're still here. But they've been coming back every night, and There's not as many of us every day. We're burying friends, and then every morning, uh,
So
those
the
friends aren't there
fires,
anymore.
they were a consequence of these zombie attacks?
We have no idea. It's like we were ambushed. The fires and the zombies happened almost simultaneously. They cut off all of our escape. It was obviously some intelligent design.
You mentioned zombies. I don't like the sound of that. And then in Bob's head, he hears, "Oh, but zombies sound fun to me."
Well, the guard looks at you and he just says, well, you better get used to seeing zombies because here the dead walk more than the living.
Do you know what
That's
do you know what
that's quite
caused
ominous.
the zombies?
We think that there is some type of necromancer that has found a way to make the zombies reproduce using evil sciences and magic. We heard that he was gathering a few miles outside of town, and we were gathering adventurers to go investigate this necromancer when the first zombie attack happened. All but putting our town to its knees.
Where are those adventurers now?
Any survivors have all gotten together up at the town hall.
Will you show us the way then, sir? Your plight is well awful to be honest, and I would like to help. I cannot stand by and watch this suffering.
It's good to hear the words of heroes again at our gate.
I
As he
really just want
turns
to go home.
as he turns around and he points through like the burnt hole through the wall, you can see one of the only buildings and by far the biggest building of the village. It's like a very wide, large 2-story stronghold type building. It's got like paparettes around the first level, so it had enough basic defenses that they were able to use that building, that terrain to their advantage and survive. And you can see that there's maybe a few score people walking around. For those that don't read, a score is 20. So there's about 40 people over there milling about. You see that there are a few that stand out, maybe 4 or 5 that are wearing like this gleaming plate mail armor that has like golden ridges that go around it to accent it. You can obviously tell that they're from some type of religious organization.
Oh,
What would you guys like to do?
well, thank you, kind sir. Friends, I do believe that our well, I don't believe in chance, and for us to have come upon this awful situation, I do believe that we were meant to be here. I do spy over there someone who appears worth talking to. Would any of you like to come with me? While I go and talk to this gentleman.
I agree that those knights over yonder, they look like they might know something more than this.
Yeah, they look like they can handle zombies.
Well, Bob, maybe they'll be able to help you handle zombies because you've been given a divine quest and it is now your duty to fulfill it, to ease the suffering of others. And so I fully expect that you will do your best until your death. And she will just slap him on the back, like give him a good slap, and probably cause him to stumble forward a bit with how hard she whacks him.
Yeah, most likely. Bob is not the strongest.
So what are you guys doing?
I will go up to start talking to those knights.
Yeah, we're gonna go talk to the knights.
Okay. As you guys approach, the groups of knights, they see you, and a female knight walks out to meet you guys. She is by far the largest in size of these knights, and her armor is the dirtiest. It looks like she has been just slaying zombies, helping, putting healing hands on dying soldiers and people. Like she's been through some shit in the last few days. And she walks up and she says, "What's going on? You here to help?"
Gods be with you, sister. And Nanan will hold out her hand for a shake.
She spits in her hand and shakes yours and goes, "Yep,
Heck
the
yeah.
one true God." Mm-hmm.
We saw you over yonder and wish to come ask about the current situation, the current goings on here. How might we assist?
Hmm. Well, right now, most we's doing is rebuilding, trying to get things back up, if God allows it. The zombies come during the days, usually early in the mornings. We've been sending out scouting parties to see them and distract them, try and keep them away from the town. Issue is we're running out of food. Issue is we ain't running out of zombies. We need someone to go out there and try to catch them at the source and put an end to this nonsense so that we can regrow.
The necromancer. The gentleman
Yeah,
down
the
the road.
unholy bastard who spits in the face of God as he plays his games of life with these dead
Blasphemous
bodies
bastard.
that don't belong to him.
The blasphemous bastard desecrating the dead. It is obviously awful,
Atrocious.
terrible.
It's downright indignant.
Do you know who we could speak to about the last sightings and any intelligence that your group might have to give us a head start? I would like to take on this quest here.
If you go down by where they got the campfires at, you'll find our latest scouting party resting. They've just came back out from the field maybe an hour ago. If you're going to get any information, the newest will be from them.
Thank you,
You
good
go in the
sister.
power of glory, sister.
May God be with you. And she
Yeah.
will. I will start making my way down to the. I not even wait for my friends. I'm just gonna go start walking. I am on a mission.
Okay, so you guys,
Yeah.
well, you
I'm,
start walking.
I'm gonna immediately turn to follow her.
I
All
guess
right.
we follow her.
On a mission, our brave adventurers make it to the campfire where you guys can talk to the scouts and they give you sort of a rundown of the local area. Where they've been getting stuck, where they're finding like the most of the zombies sort of congregating, like they're tracking the areas where they're just getting the most zombie sightings and they're trying to sort of pinpoint it. And that's what they've been doing for the last week since the attack. And they've gotten stuck at the garantula forest. There's a spot where there's a bunch of really bad garantulas. They've gotten a few people near like the edges of the outside. They can definitely see like sights of a path, but it's sort of like twists and turns and people are getting caught up in it and they haven't really figured it all the way out yet. But they're pretty sure that if you get past that part of the garantula forest, that the zombies are coming from somewhere past there.
So you're
And they
saying we
haven't-
have to go to where the zombies are? Oh, come on, Bob. That sounds like fun.
Yeah, yes, my small friend. We must go to where the zombies are to stop them. This undeath is unacceptable.
Okay. Can everybody roll me a quick perception check, please?
Heck yes.
That's a 15 for
Six.
Bob.
Okay.
That is-
Bob, as they're talking, and you guys are sort of going through what the scouts reports, you're sort of nervous and you're like looking around and noticing things. And as you pay attention, Bob, you're noticing some of these guys are literally wearing gear from like some of the last adventuring party. Like you're pretty sure the main scout you're talking to is literally wearing the boots of somebody that you helped train back in the day.
Those boots look familiar.
Yeah, the scout just looks up at you and he goes, "Oh yeah, got him recently. Some poor guy died."
Oh, do you have his name?
No, I've got his boots.
Oh, I thought he might write his name on the inside. I do that with mine so I don't lose them.
Yeah, okay. Roll a luck check as he takes off the boot to see if there's a name inside of it.
There. It's 10.
No, there's no name in there.
Oh, well, I guess he didn't learn everything from me.
But you can definitely tell, Bob, that the party that you're looking for probably didn't make it through this town, and if they did, they lost all of their items in the process.
Guys, I think our friends are dead. We go home.
Well, Nanan will put her hand on the shoulder of the person in front of them with the boots, and she'll give a grand smile and say, I appreciate your consideration for the earth around us. Reduce, reuse, recycle. Thank you for reusing these boots. I'm sure they found a fantastic home.
I guess, yeah, it is environmentally friendly. Oh, I don't care about that. I just want to blow something up.
Once Bob points this out to us, like if we look around, other people
Oh yeah, you can
have like
definitely,
other
yeah.
adventurous stuff on.
You see like a ring here, a
right.
kerchief there, that type of thing.
Well, gentlemen, I hope this stuff fares you better use than it did its last owners.
One of the younger scouts is a small goblin female, and she looks up at you and tugs on, like your little shirt shift, and she says, "When you die, can I have your things?"
My-
Who is she asking?
Yeah,
She's
and
asking Toxin.
just for curiosity, how big is she?
She's like 3 feet tall.
So like I'm basically 3 times her size.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you can carry it, absolutely, little one.
I'm 47, but okay, go off, I guess. She goes and sits down and continues to eat her food. But these guys have given you a direction in which to go, being the garantula forest. I don't know. Do you guys know what garantulas are? Can I get a history check from everybody here?
Ooh. A 13.
9.
Unnatural 20.
Oh, these fucking rolls
Oh.
tonight are not going well for me.
Okay, well, that is a pretty high roll from Bob. Bob, you've definitely read about tarantulas. They're
Tim told him.
terrifying.
Tim is
Yeah.
what he calls his patron.
Yeah, they're like large tarantulas on the bottom, big gorilla bodies at the top, and they're predatory ambush fighters. You definitely know a lot about them because you read books about them.
I really don't want to fight these things.
Well, Bob, would you have any advice for if we run into these creatures?
Tim, do you know anything? Oh, I just know that we can blow them up. That's all I care about. And you guys don't hear that. Only Bob is hearing that, of course. Like, we could blow them up.
Fireworks.
Bob, go
Good to
ahead and
know.
give me another history check to see if maybe you know like one of their weaknesses.
That's a nat 1. It's a 3, but it's a nat 1.
For as much as you know, they are impervious to damage. They have no weaknesses, and they're probably one of the most dangerous things in this region.
Well, from what I've been told, they're nearly indestructible. So I think we should just go home.
The scouts are like, wait, actually, no, they're not indestructible. They're just very dangerous. We've killed one before.
Are you sure?
Well, we heard a story about Sean who killed one. He was by himself and he came back. We
If
never saw
somebody's
the
killed
body.
one,
Yes.
we can kill 2.
Well, that's what we're saying, but every time we see any sign of the tarantulas, we sort of just give them a wide berth. We're more about reporting the news.
I wouldn't mind your role.
Well, if you stick around here, I mean, scouts are dying every day. We'll probably have an opening up for you soon.
Oh, that's promising.
All right.
Maybe not.
So we wish you guys good luck. The little goblin girl waves at you. Goodbye, Toxin.
I'm gonna raise a claw and wave back at her.
Okay, awesome. Roll performance, please, to see how fly you are, to see if it's sexy, to see if she likes it.
22.
Oh my goodness, Toxin! You turn around.
The as I wave, the reliquary that I wear around my wrist that has a tiny sliver of platinum in it, as I am a paladin of Bahamut, just dangles out like it's like right there, and you just see it like bling.
The ice catches the light. The goblin's delight. Fantastic. Okay, you definitely look like a killer stud walking off into the jungle, into danger. It's really dope. And you guys are started off on the path to the Garantula Forest. Is there anything that you guys would like to do in forms of like precautionary or something that you'd like to do beforehand or during the walking around?
I'm sure Bob will kind of be hanging back behind the bigger paladins in front of him.
Okay.
It's like, I'll just stay back here where it's where it's not in front of everything and the zombies won't get me right away.
Okay, so Bob's staying in the back. What's the order of the party then? Let's hear it.
I'm gonna walk in front, and as I do, I'm gonna cast Armor of Agathis on myself.
Okay, Armor of Agathis.
At
And what
first
does
level.
that do for the chat?
It is a shield and temporary hit points. So I get 5 temporary hit points, and when something hits me, it takes 5 cold damage.
What does it look like on you?
I just start to glow in like a golden glow.
Oh, that's dope.
That like
Okay.
my scales all start to radiate.
All right, super cool, super cool. Bob's staying in the back. Nanan, I'm guessing you are in the middle. Is there anything that you're doing?
Just be attempting to pay attention. So I guess just constant perception checks.
Okay, so you were trying to stay very aware. Go ahead and roll me a perception check or a survival check, since you're being so cautious.
Okay. That would be a 12.
For survival or perception?
Survival.
Oh, okay. If you would have picked perception, that would have failed. But with survival, it passes. As you're looking around, you can clearly see signs of garantula traffic in this area. You found garantula tracks, and you found like strings of web starting to hang off pieces of trees. So you're really starting to see which way you're going into. And as you're moving forward and sort of like following this path that you're watching, you can see that to your right on the main pathway, if you go that way, instead of like sort of the way the garantulas go, that there are some traps that are set up in the trees ahead of you guys in that direction.
Friends, those trees over there. We need to be aware that there are traps. From this distance, I'm not entirely sure what kind, but I do recognize that they are in fact traps. I do believe we are starting to get into garantula territory. The webbing on these branches is starting to become a little thicker, so just so you're aware.
Cut my hair.
Yeah, as Nanan points these things out, you guys definitely can see. There's definitely some rudimentary traps that are in the trees ahead with like basic rope. What are they called? I can't think of the word right now, but those traps that catch you by the foot and zing you up in the air. My terminology is not working. My vernacular's fucked. But there's some traps in the trees ahead, and you guys can definitely see garantula traffic imprints in the ground, and you guys can definitely start seeing, now that she's pointing them out, you're definitely seeing webbing in different parts of the trees.
So with that, I am going to pull out the maul that I have on my back and just be ready and be, like hyper vigilant, if you will.
I will do the same. I'll pull out my mace and just be at the ready, continuing to do checks.
Okay. So what I'm going to say is that you guys are moving at pretty much half speed. But I will say that when you guys are going at half speed and you're being hyper vigilant and you're checking for all these traps, that you're going to be able to avoid these traps and you're going to be moving pretty slowly. But it's going to keep you guys pretty much safe. Can I get a perception check from everybody? After you guys made it about 50 feet in, the trees start getting thicker. The jungle starts getting denser. It's getting harder to see because the tops of the canopies of the trees are starting to block out parts of the sun, and the webs are becoming, just as much as the grass at this point. And what were those perception rolls?
I got a 9.
15.
I got a 15.
Okay, so Bob, you don't notice this. You're like trying to pick pieces of spider web that are getting stuck to your clothes. But Toxin and Nanan at almost the exact same time, you guys sort of feel like a trembling, like in the ground, maybe on the tops of the web, and it gets really, really quiet. What do you guys do?
I've been around enough children to know that when it gets oddly quiet, that is not a good thing.
Oh, Bob, you might need this. What? And then just suddenly a sword, a long bladed sword appears in his hand. From as he gets his packed weapon.
Oh, good. You are ready, Bob. Thank you.
Okay, so Bob makes a bit of noise, gets his weapon out right off the bat, and Toxin, what were you doing?
I am stopped dead in my tracks, kind of just looking around, seeing if I can see what everything is so scared of.
Okay. And as you guys are having like this really tense, tight moment where like you guys know you heard something, your weapons at the ready, and you're sort of just like looking out at the dark jungle around you guys, waiting for movement. And immediately it comes bursting out from the thick part of the jungle. You see on 8 thick legs, maybe the size of like a BMW Beetle, this garantula is charging through the woods directly at you guys. The gorilla on top beating its chest, large mouth open, big teeth bared. Let's roll for initiative. I will give you guys advantage on your initiative rolls for being so prepared and for passing your perception checks.
15.
11.
15.
All right. We're going to go Bob, Toxin, Nanon, because it makes it easy for me to remember the initiative because you're in reverse order on the stream. You guys both beat the Garantula. So, Bob, you're first. This Garantula is charging forward. You and Toxin are at the ready. So is Nanon. You guys see it coming. He'll be at you by its turn. So, what I'm going to just say to go ahead and make combat a little bit smoother is I'm just going to butt him up to you guys so you can take your turn as normal and we can flow through this combat.
So he's still some distance away, right?
He's still some distance to you mechanically, but if you'd like to like I meet him and make my attack, you're good. Y'all are at that moment of clashing already, pretty much.
He's gonna prefer some range, so.
Okay.
Oh, what is my hand going? Oh, don't worry about it, Bob. I got this. And just Eldritch Blast shoots out in front of him. It's like,
fantastic. Okay, roll to hit.
That is a 19.
A 19 definitely hits. Go ahead and roll your damage.
That'll be 7.
Okay.
7 damage, yeah.
All right. So you reach out with your hand and launch forth this Eldritch Blast that snaps into the Garantula's like upper pectoral muscles, and it definitely blasts him back a little bit. But he's already moving forward with so much momentum, it doesn't necessarily slow him, but you can tell it definitely hurt him or it. Toxin.
All right, so yeah, I'm gonna run right up on him, and as I do, I am bonus action. I'm going to cast Hexblade's Curse.
Okay.
Which gives me crits on 19s and 20s. Okay. And I get HP back when it dies.
Wow, fantastic.
Yeah, and I'm gonna swing big and hard with them all. And that will be 14.
A 14 hits. Yeah, you definitely land this hit with the maul. Roll damage and tell me how it goes.
6 damage.
6 damage. Yeah, you meet him head to head. You whip your maul around, striking him in the side at the exact same time as he is meeting you. Is there anything else you can do for your turn that you would like to do?
Nope, that'll be it.
And I don't think I actually asked you that, Bob. Was there anything else you wanted to do?
He just makes sure he's positioned behind the paladins a bit.
In my head, I moved you from the because you said that you were going to move backwards. But okay.
Yeah, because he's using range right now, so it's his weapon.
I wanted
just in
to
case.
double check, so you didn't say, "Well, Steak skip my." I didn't get to move. All right. The Garantula is going to go. He gets to you, and he's immediately going to swing with both arms. With his first swing, 19 to hit.
Who are you hitting?
Oh, he met Toxin in the middle. 19 at you, Toxin.
Oh yeah, no, that be hitting.
Okay, and a 13 to hit.
That will also hit. No, 13 does not hit. Sorry, 13 does not hit.
I was about to say, if a 13 hits you, you're gonna have a rough adventure for the rest of the night. Oh wow. He hits you for 1 damage. He clubs at you, but between the Eldritch Blast and the maul hit, you guys pretty much equalized his momentum, and you guys met him and stopped him right in the middle.
He is going to take 5 cold damage from the Armor of Agathis.
Okay. So he took way. Oh, that is the worst trade deal of all trade deals. He burns himself with the nasty freezing aura that is around your body. He almost double takes, looks down at his hand in anger, and just starts yelling again. Nanan, you're up.
Awesome sauce. Nanan is gonna absolutely be ready to whack the crap out of this guy. She will, as a bonus action, she'll cast Branding Smite.
You cast a
Which,
smite after you rolled a hit.
yes, Branding Smite is the next time I hit a creature. So my first hit is a 13.
A 13 does not hit.
Okay, and then I guess with Branding Smite, active now, and I've rolled a 25.
25 definitely hits. Go ahead and roll that damage.
Awesome sauce. All right, roll that damage, and then it's an extra 2d6. Okay, it is going to be a total of 15 damage.
Oh, wow. Okay. And what is your weapon type?
I think it's bludgeoning.
What is it?
It's a mace.
Okay, so you're coming down on it with this mace.
Oh, I'm absolutely just like, what?
Yeah, with
that's just that's all I'll be able to do.
Yeah, with the nasty holy power of divinity coming down, you smack into two of its thick tarantula legs and they snap. So you know the whole body sort of sprawls down a little bit, and it starts like trying to crawl off into the woods. But before it can, back up to the top of initiative, Bob, you're up. This garantula is incredibly injured. It looks like it is trying to escape at this point.
Come on, Bob, we need to see if we can make it explode. So, okay. He's going to aim his hand and try another Eldritch Blast at it again. Just
okay.
Because.
Go ahead and roll a hit.
Sounds good. That's a 10.
A 10 misses. You blast. The tarantula is just dragging itself forward with its gorilla arms and its remaining tarantula legs.
I'm sorry, Tim. I'm scared.
And you blast over it. Toxin, you're up. You see this garantula is crawling away.
So I am going to bonus action Hex to give it just some extra damage.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to again smash it with the hammer.
All right, roll to hit. You run up, chasing down this fleeing garantula.
21.
21 definitely hits. You don't even have to roll damage. You run up on it. It was dying already, and you put it out of its misery viciously with a maul.
Push.
You stand above a dead garantula.
See, Bob, that could have been us. I don't really care for this.
What do you guys do?
So it was running away on the path that we're following to get through the Garantula area to go to where the necromancer guy is, yeah? Or was it trying to go
It was just trying to
away?
get away from you guys at that
Okay.
point. But I mean, in this part of the forest / jungle, you guys definitely see like you're in sort of a clearing area, and as you look around, you can see what look to be like indentations in the ground, almost like this is sort of a large nesting ground that you guys have walked on. It looks like most of the garantulas, since they hunt in packs, are probably out, and the fact that you guys only ran into one probably means he was a guard, and the rest will be coming back anytime.
Guys, I don't think we should stay. Oh, come on, Bob. You know you want to have more fun. Oh, no, I don't. No, I don't.
But
I
across
agree
from
with
this
Bob.
clearing, you guys definitely see signs of like zombie traffic. Like you see like arms that have fallen off, like things that the garantulas won't even touch. There's like undead decay and parts across the plains.
I'm gonna point this out to the rest of them and say I think that's the direction we should head in.
Agreed.
I guess if we get away from here.
Bob, fantastic job. I applaud you for your abilities to blow things up. Thank you.
Thanks, I guess.
Let us continue. My confidence in your battle abilities constantly grows every day, sir. And of course, Toxin, you did fantastically, as per usual.
Thank
Man
you.
of Faith always does well.
Thank you, sister. Thank you.
Okay, so as you guys are crossing, you do notice a lot of these indentations. Some of them look to be like empty, and some of them look to sort of be like mounded up a little bit and cracking in places. They almost look like they could be some type of egg. So as you guys are walking through this egg minefield, I need everybody to go ahead and roll me a luck check, which is just a d20 with no bonuses.
Midland,
19.
10.
Okay.
Bob's being very careful.
You do a lot
And
better. You do a lot worse.
Don't touch
Okay.
the mound.
what did we get, Nanan?
13.
13. Okay. With a 19, Bob is delicately and spryly walking around, watching where he's stepping, causing no issues to the territory that he's in. And then we'll go down to Nanan with a 13. Still not doing any damage, still not affecting any eggs. Maybe not as smooth, perhaps, as Bob, because it's a big paladin, you know, sort of trying to be gentle in this area, but still not really breaking anything. Toxin's just too bulky. He's trying to do the right thing. He's got big ass feet. He's got a big body. He's trying to get through this area, and it is really difficult. And you can definitely see that like he's getting pretty close to some of the eggs, but he hasn't actually stepped on any of them yet. And y'all are about halfway through.
Yeah, you just hear Nanan just humming to herself, like, just don't touch them, just don't touch them, just don't touch them.
Toxin, don't step on the mound.
Bob, you definitely see Toxin is getting like super close to these eggs, like so much closer than you'd have ever gotten to any of them.
Yeah, so he just yells out to him not to do it.
All right. Y'all are about halfway through. So we're going to go ahead and roll one more luck check to make it the rest of the way through.
16.
8.
Oh, boy. Nanan?
2.
And a 2. Okay, so Bob... Bob, you're still doing good. You're a little
kind of small compared to them, so
you're a little distracted because like you were paying only attention to how you were doing until you looked back at Toxin, and now you're like trying to watch how they're doing, and they are just fucking up completely right now. Like you've made it to the other end of the clearing, like 20 yards ahead of them. You look back, and they're just like stepping, and you just see that Nanan just fucking falls. All of that armor. Nanan falls. Toxin goes to help her up. Also falls down. You hear the crunch of eggs, and you hear like a weird skittering noise. And I need both of you guys that fell down to go ahead and make Constitution saving throws, as you have fallen into a spider swarm, and thousands and thousands and thousands of little spiders are now crawling all over you guys and trying to bite.
15? Ooh, that visual. Yikes.
Okay, 15 is a pass. You'll take half. Oh, you got a nat 1.
Nat 1.
You fall into the deepest part of the spider egg pit. Where you fall, the ground caves in a little bit, and you sink like an extra 2 feet into the spider pit. It's awful. You'll be taking full spider damage.
Delicious.
Which is, you take 6 damage from spiders.
Oh, okay.
And you'll be taking 3 of that, Nanan. But you guys are literally covered in them right now, pretty much head to toe. You see all this happen, Bob. Is there any action you would like to take?
Don't really see anything I can do other than him running out there and trying to help him, which I don't think he'd be prone to do. Yeah, he's just gonna start going, come on, guys, get up, get up.
Bob watches from the sidelines. You guys are covered in spiders. They are going to be continuously biting you guys until you figure it out. It's your turn.
So if they have HP, they just they just took 5 damage from the armor of Agathis.
Oh my goodness.
And that is but that ends it, so it won't happen again.
Okay. Yeah, it's like hitting a giant bug zapper the first time they try to bite Toxin. You see a bunch of spiders just fall off of his body. But you're still in the pit.
You hear the zap.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
imagine the smell of zapping like 1,000 spiders at once.
Ew. They're all frozen and crispy.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get you guys really in it. That's good D&D.
All right.
Smell it.
So Toxin would immediately want to stand up and shake all of this off of him. He absolutely cannot stand like these things.
So Toxin is going to be jumping up, standing, and shaking off. Is your plan? Nanan, what was your plan?
Pretty much the same thing. I think I was focusing on helping Toxin just brush them off.
Okay. So you guys are, pretty big dudes, right? Plate mail?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So as you guys are standing up and shaking it off, you need to get this armor off. They're on you. They're underneath your armor. They're in your hair. They're literally all over you. You guys are both going to take 8 piercing damage.
Okay.
Bob, these spiders are fucking them up. Like they're starting to bleed.
Nanan will panic and start to take off her armor, and she will say to Toxin, "Apologies, brother."
Oh no, it is coming off. I am not even paying attention. Ripping this armor off as fast as I can.
Okay, so you guys rip off your armor. You're rolling around. You're jumping around. You're getting these spiders off of you guys. I would say that definitely works. And you eventually get all the spiders off you. You guys are covered in bumps. You're definitely sore, itchy. It hurts. But nobody died. But you're on the other side of the plane. You can see sort of like from the other end, maybe where you guys originally sort of entered like this area. You can see that some of the garantulas are starting to enter the area from like 100 yards away, like a football field away. They're starting to come through the trees back to this area. 100 yards away. They're like, on the other end. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Guys, we really should get moving.
We're a little busy here. I'm sorry. Give us a moment.
Yeah, I'm literally shaking this plate out.
Tim, I might need your help.
Just shaking my armor.
Okay. Well, I already said you guys have shaken your armor out. You guys are good.
All right, great.
All right, so yeah, we're working on putting it back on then.
I'm just gonna pick all of my pieces up and start making my way towards Bob, and then once I get out of this section of ground, then I'll start putting it back on. Get out of the spiders.
Yeah. So you guys get your armor back on, get back on the path. Sort of as these garantulas are showing back up and sort of like getting back to their business. You probably don't want to be here when they get to where the eggs were broken anyway. So I'm assuming you guys are moving onward and heading back down towards this path.
Yep.
Yes. Howdy Man 5000.
You guys can already smell the difference. You can smell the stench of like decay, of undeath, of rot, of pestilence, of all these nasty things. You can't really get it in a localized manner. It's just like it started to smell after the garantula part of the forest, and now all of the air just smells bad. The trees look sickly. Like nothing in this area looks good at all. But you guys do see a path that's very, very well walked on this side. Bob, you definitely noticed that.
Oh man, it's starting to smell like my apartment complex when they didn't pay for trash pickup for a month.
It smells exactly like that, Bob.
Yes, I would recognize the stench of undeath anywhere.
Guys, I think there's a path over there we're supposed to take.
Yes. We must be getting close now.
Okay. But as you guys are moving forward, you guys have been pretty cautious this entire time. You've been absorbing information. You've been paying attention. You've been tracking. Eventually, you see what looks to be some type of large wooden bastion of a building. It's only one story, but it's large and squared off, using like really, really thick timber. Think of like a house built in Minecraft, out of just wood logs. It is very, very well built and put together, very sturdy. And you see that there are a handful, a smattering, like 4 or 5 zombies standing around outside of the door. Sort of, it looks like they're on guard duty, but they're zombies, so they're sort of just milling about in that like local area around the door. Um, there's definitely, you can hear other things moving like out in the woods and out in the jungle. This is definitely a hotbed of uh, zombies. There are creatures around in this area, so you guys sort of have to be quiet, sort of have to be hunkered down, but nobody's aware of your presence right now. What would you guys like to do?
Guys, I'm pretty sure we found the place. What are we gonna do?
Well, obviously, not do anything that could
Oh, okay, good.
announce our presence.
Oh, yeah,
So,
of course.
no, don't blow anything up.
Oh, I don't plan to blow anything up.
Listen, is there anything that you can see? Any sort of entrance that maybe we can attempt to sneak into?
Go ahead and give me some perception checks.
It's a 22.
15.
16.
Okay. With a 15 and a 16, you guys definitely see a couple different ways of getting in here. There's the front door, and then you can see that there is a window that's pretty high up that's got bars on it. It doesn't look like it's a very easy way to get in because they're metal bars, but if you had some way to get through that, you could get in there. However, Bob, as these guys are like looking, trying to find a way, you look with your eyes and you sort of squint and you see
It's
that
devil sight, so.
Oh, you use your devil sight and you look over at that window. You see that the metal grate has like a latch and you could tell that it's unlocked. So technically, you guys would be able to get in through that window.
Hey guys, I think that window's unlocked.
Is there anyone inside? Can you see? If you peer through it, just a little bit.
I can't really see inside of it that well. It's a window. I mean, it's far away.
And you said it was kind of high up, right? So like he can't just like walk over to it and like look through the window. I would like have to pick him up.
Right. I'd say that the window is like one of those 8-foot up windows that's up, and it's like one of the wider ones. You know, like 2 feet tall and maybe like 3 feet wide. Normally, it has like this weird metal cage contraption on it, but it looks like it's unlocked.
Why didn't you say so?
I'm gonna look at Bob and tell him I could pick you up and put you through that window, but I don't know if I'm gonna fit.
We also have to get over to it first. We threw it between all those zombies that were guarding it.
They're zombies. Couple of whacks with this hammer and they'll be gone anyway.
I'm not worried about the zombies. They look a little thin to me.
Oh, don't worry, Bob. I can take care of those.
So what is your what is y'all's plan of action? What would you guys like to do?
Well,
so I would say we would want to walk like, up through the woods around to the side where the window is, and then, not run out to the window, but without drawing attention, walk over to the window and see if I can't pick him up, and so you can like look in the window.
Don't you hear those noises coming from the woods? You gotta be careful in there.
Go ahead and everybody give me a stealth check as you guys are attempting to move through the woods and towards this building.
Kind of a self check.
If you normally get disadvantage for your stealth, I'm not giving you disadvantage for this roll because you guys have been being pretty stealthy this entire time and going slow and being careful. And I think we've established that. So what do we got?
Unnatural 20.
A 19.
Fantastic, fantastic.
So a 19
a 10.
Toxin, okay. Quiet as a mouse. Bob, you are slipping forward silent. And to your surprise, as you look backwards to see how your party is doing, you see that Nanan is right there beside you. And she was so quiet, you didn't even hear her coming with you. But as you guys both look back together now, you see Toxin is sort of clumsily half quiet, half not quiet, sort of going through the woods. His armor is snatching on little twigs and branches. Things are cracking under his feet a little bit. He's not making enough noise to get you guys caught right now, but he's making enough noise to make you guys very nervous.
Toxin. Put his hands like quiet.
I'm not very graceful.
All right. you're getting some coaching. Toxin, go ahead and roll again to see if it helped or didn't help. If you start being quieter or louder with Bob's coaching.
That'll be a 4.
Okay, as you are walking forward, being as quiet as possible, you step on a snake. It immediately reacts and it bites and locks down on your thigh. You take 2 damage. Go ahead and roll to see if you make
Fantastic.
go ahead and roll a luck check to see if you manage to make a noise. If you make a noise or if you're able to stifle your cry of pain.
12. You said 2 damage.
2 damage piercing. So this snake bites you and it holds on to your thigh. You can see it just like flexing its mouth, and you're just like, but you don't make any noise, and you hold it in, and now you have a snake connected to your leg.
I'm going to very quietly.
You guys
pull
see this?
the
It's
dagger.
a 3-foot long snake.
Pull the dagger I have on my hip out and grab it by the tail and sever its throat, and then pluck the head off and just put its head in a pouch.
Okay.
Because
You decapitate the snake. You keep the head of the snake in a bag, put it in your pack, and you continue to move forward. Your right leg now is a little numb from like a little bit of toxins. It wasn't a poison enough snake for the venom to actually hurt you, but you can definitely feel you just got bit by a big ass snake. But after that, Toxin eventually makes it to the edge of this part of the woods with you guys, and now you're only about like from the edge of this like jungle wood line. It's like maybe 10 feet of clearing until you get to the wall in the window. When you look to the left, because this is the same distance from jungle to the building on this just side of the building you're on. You look to the left, you don't see any zombies. If you look all the way to the right at the corner of the building, which is about 50 feet up to your right, you see that's where those zombies are milling around by the front door. But they have not noticed you guys, and there's not like roaming patrols of guards. These are literally just zombies. You guys are up. What would you like to do?
Hey, Bob, I can cause a distraction. To ask your holy friends if they want a distraction. Hey, do you guys want maybe a little bit of a distraction I'm guessing by the zombies over there?
Well, I'm fairly certain you're the only one that can fit through the window. So a distraction, we'll leave that to us. You just go open that door. We'll deal with the zombies.
Okay, if you say so. Less zombies for me then.
And I'm gonna walk over to the building and just kind of give him like the boost situation, and wait for him to come over.
I will have hands behind just to support.
This party is they're the opposite of last week. They're being so careful. With a 3-man team, you guys easily are able to open the grate.
Not so fancy.
And you're able to get Bob through with little to no issue. Bob, you drop in to the inside of the room, and we will get back to you momentarily. For now, Toxin, Nanon, you guys get him in there. You guys hear his feet hit the ground. And as you do, you hear some shuffling and and you look over, and one of the zombie guards has raised its arm at you guys sort of questioningly.
And that's the only one that sees us of the
That's the only one that notices you guys.
Are there any other zombies near this particular one?
No, but he's about 30 feet away. He snuck up on you guys, sort of shambling his shambling way as you guys were letting your teammate Bob through the window.
I think we're both probably gonna rush him.
I wasn't even. I was actually. I'm just gonna give him the old Eldritch Blast.
There you go. Do that.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's roll to hit for the Eldritch Blast as Nanon puts her shoulder down and charges forward. Roll to hit.
25.
A 25 definitely hits the zombie. Roll for damage, because I know with Eldritch Blast you could roll low.
9 damage.
Not bad.
You blast the head right off of this zombie. Still smoking, its body collapses. You only made it maybe like 5 or 6 feet, Nanan, where you see that zombie just drops.
She's just gonna like stop and look at its smoking remains, and she's like, "Damn it!" and turn around.
All right. So if we're going according to plan, Toxin and Nanan, you would be walking towards the front, towards the rest of the zombie guards.
Yep. That's the
Mhm.
idea.
As you go ahead and both of you roll a quick stealth check. Just let me know what we got out here.
8.
12.
Okay, with an 8 and a 12, you guys aren't very quiet, so y'all aren't going to have any type of like advantage or surprise attack round. But you guys do win initiative because they're zombies, and zombies always have an initiative of, I think, 1 or 0. So as you guys come around the corner, there's 3. They notice you guys notice them. We're going to go directly into combat, so roll for initiative.
Hell yeah.
Roll me a little. Oh, I don't get to roll. It doesn't even matter. It just depends on which one of you are going first then.
14.
It's not. I'm an 8. 9. Sorry.
Okay, Toxin, you are up.
How close are they to each other?
I'd say they're all within like 5 or 10 feet of each other. They're not super bunched up, but they're all in the same area.
All right, we're gonna roar real loud and give them a breath weapon.
Okay, and what is the damage type?
Fire.
Oh, great, fantastic. Okay, roll your damage.
No, DC 13 dex save for them.
They fail.
Okay.
I'm not rolling that. They failed. And it's 3d6 damage. Roll 3 ones, and then we're talking.
It's only 2, but
2d6. Roll 2 ones, and then we're talking.
Well, 2d10, so it's 9 damage each.
Okay. You easily and quickly incinerate these zombies. They had nothing for that breath weapon. Nanan, as you go around the corner, and you just see they are instantly incinerated by toxin. And as you guys make eye contact after that epic fire blast moment, we are going to switch over to Bob. Bob, as your feet hit the ground, the first thing that you see in this large room, it's about 100 feet long and about 40 feet wide. It is like a very long building. It looks to be the part that you're in, sort of looks like some type of rudimentary factory. You can definitely see there are bottles of different like arcana and different elements. You can see that there are a couple captured like magical beings. Like you see there's a jar that's got like 2 fairies in it. One of the fairies being dead, the other fairy crying.
That's sad.
There are bodies splayed out on different tables in this area. This is the scariest place you've ever been. There's not a lot of lights on. Not a lot of the mechanical structures are moving or working or anything like that. But you do see on the far end of the building, it just ends in a wall with a single door with a doorknob, and there's like windows. It looks like somebody's house is just like inside this building, and it's the other side. And you do see like there's like a porch light on.
Well, that's awkward.
Yep. And you see that there are lots of like empty beer cans, liquor bottles, different sets of like just clothes laying around, dead body pieces. And there's just like 9 or 10 zombies hanging out in this front yard. They're holding beers, and there's like a television that's plugged in. It's playing music. And other than that, nobody's noticed you're here. They're pretty loud. They're not talking in a language that you can understand. When you look to your right, you see maybe another 50 feet the other way is the front door to let your friends in.
Oh, that kind of reminds me of my Uncle Jim's house. Oh, your Uncle Jim sounds like fun. Yeah, he drinks quite a bit. Bob's going to try to go over to that door and make sure that he can get it open so the rest of the party can get inside.
Okay. As you go to the door, you see that it was magically locked and still is magically locked. There is a red rune that looks like thick square with really, really heavy paint. And you know that it is some type of elemental charge attached to that. If you try to open it up, it might explode.
I'd be able to use Arcana to see if I can disable it somehow.
What spell would you use to try to assist you in disabling this rune?
Well, no, I want to see if I can using Arcana.
Okay, go ahead and roll me a Arcana check.
Why does it have to digitally roll? It's a 15.
Yeah, you're pretty sure that if you had like, if you were strong enough with your like dispel magic or something, perhaps you'd be able to get rid of this effect. You also know it's probably a one-time thing.
I do have counterspell. I don't know if that would work on something like this because it's not dispel magic.
I'm just a dungeon master. I don't know.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
Well, he could just break it down too. But that'd be a waste of something. Yeah, I'm gonna try using counterspell on it.
I would say that your character would know that you can't counterspell it because counterspelling is a reaction, and the door isn't actively doing anything
it's reacting
at you.
To the door being
Yeah, it's just standing there menacingly. Yeah, it's not acting. You guys can definitely hear Bob on the other side of the door just making weird noises like just definitely thinking way too hard on the other side of the door. Or he's being eaten by a zombie. It's hard to tell. The door is metal.
So could I try to like talk to him through it, but try not to be too loud that the zombies would hear me?
Yeah.
Hey guys, looks like this door has a magic rune on it to do something. I can't disarm it with what I have. I can break the door down, but you won't want to be near it, I don't think.
Well, then we'll back up.
Okay.
And Tox would just take like, you take like 5 or 6 steps back. So he's like 10, 15 feet away from the door.
Okay. Hey, Tim, I'm gonna need you to do that creepy thing you do. Oh, I love doing this. So Bob is gonna back up, and then he's gonna use his tentacles of the deep and summon it right by the door so that they slap the door really hard and bust it open.
You know what? I love it. Sure. Yeah, you bring these tentacles in. There's an explosion as water and explosives hit each other. They blast the door off of the hinges. It does make, obviously, a lot of noise, right? Yeah. Like a lot of noise. It is definitely heard throughout the jungle. You guys did not expect this door to get blasted off by like this. Like you see those videos where people are exploding things, like shrapnel flies right past them. That door goes like right past your head, Nanan. Like right over. Blasted off the hinges. But you guys see that it's open. You guys also hear there's a lot of noise coming from out in the jungle now.
Oh.
almost immediately reacting to this loud noise. What do you guys do?
We're heading inside.
That VAR, Jacob, stands for variant.
Yeah, variant human. Yeah, so then Bob is probably going to try to be sheltered himself, and then if he could, he'd start to move the tentacles 60 feet over towards where the zombies inside are.
Over in the other end where they're drinking the beers in the front yard.
Yeah, kind of like a barrier in case when they start coming at them, because I'm sure they're reacting to it.
They are already moving in y'all's direction. You put your tentacles up there, that starts slowing them down. But what do rest of you guys do? Nanan, you want to go first? What are you doing?
Well, after recovering from almost getting whacked by a door, I'm gonna stand up and look back and go, nice. And then I will. How far away? Like, are they pretty close to us?
They're approaching. They're not super fast. These aren't like the sprinting type of zombies.
They're not runners.
These are your standard Romero
shambling zombies.
Yeah, these are your shamblers from back in the cool days of yore. So even though they are coming, they're not coming quickly. You have time to prepare.
Are they coming? Are they coming on like both sides, or is like the entrance fairly clear, so I can just kind of like walk in?
I'm having so much difficulty continuing this conversation with you. The zombies are coming all over the place. But from outside, it seems like they're coming towards the sound of the noise. And the ones on the inside, you guys can sort of see them. there's like 8 or 9 that are sort of shambling slowly in your direction because they're not like running, they're not aggressive. They heard a noise and they're investigating the noise. They have very, very low intelligence. They're coming to check it out.
Okay. Are any of those guys coming in from the inside or within 30 feet ish?
If they are, I'm attacking at least one of them with the tentacles. So
Yeah.
I would say that using just the tentacles alone, you could dispatch most of these zombies at ease. They're not intelligent creatures. They're sort of just walking forward into your traps. The zombies that are outside are starting to collect, and that is more of a problem as they're going to be approaching this building. But it's up to you guys to continue how you want. I'll say that easily with your magic, Bob, and your tentacles, you're able to dispatch those zombies.
okay.
Pretty
Okay.
easily, actually.
Eldritch Blast and tentacles because it's action, bonus action, action,
Yeah.
bonus action. So.
Yeah, it's too easy. You're setting them up, knocking them down.
Oh yeah.
Toxin
I'm
is
assuming.
just push
Bob.
the other two kind of more inside, so he
Yeah.
can put his back to the inside, and he's waiting for the zombies that are
Yeah.
coming from outside.
I'll
Just
prepare.
waiting.
Yeah, I'll do the same. I'll prepare and wait for those zombies outside to come
Okay.
closer.
So Nanan, Toxin, y'all are on the inside of the doorway, sort of looking out and preparing for the zombies that you guys know are coming.
Yes.
Bob, what do you do? You look behind you at the house with the light on. It's the only place left to go.
So I have a minute on those tentacles. Would that be up?
Yeah, that would be up. As you like dispatch and clear out the interior of this building, I would say that probably easily takes a minute to do.
Hey guys, you can stay out there. There's some sort of house in here. I'm assuming that's where we're supposed to go. I don't know if we can all just wait out here for them all to come in here. I'm sure there's a lot of noise.
As Bob says this, you guys do start to see zombies coming out of the woodworks and towards your location. And it seems like they do have a purpose and they are moving towards the building. In this first round, you guys see 2 zombies making their way towards the door. What do you guys want to do? Are y'all holding it down or y'all moving
Is there
forward?
any stuff right there near the doorway that I could use? Just like
There's tables, there's chairs,
cool.
there's
Yeah, I'm gonna throw some of
maintenance
this furniture.
supplies.
I'm just gonna
Okay.
throw it basically at the door. I don't care
Barricade.
how it sits. It's just
Okay.
gonna, half barricade the door.
Barricade. Let's go.
Now y'all are
And
dealing
we're gonna
with
head
this.
towards the creepy indoor
Okay, you guys are
cottage.
inside. Okay, that's what I was trying to figure out.
If I can give him the help action to just start chucking like tables and chairs.
For
or
sure.
whatever, like, barricade.
Yeah,
Heck
you guys easily start barricading up this door. There's material everywhere to do it with. You don't even have a hard time doing it. But or not even but. Yeah, as they start pounding on it, you know it's not going to hold them forever because the zombies are going to keep increasing and increasing and increasing. But after you guys do your work, it doesn't look like they're busting through anytime soon. Like you guys would have you feel safe at least for the time being.
All right. Well, I mean that's our only exit, so
Yeah.
eventually we'll have to deal with them.
Yeah.
And onward towards the very, very creepy indoor cottage.
Yeah, I didn't want to go in that place by myself. Oh, come on. I'm sure they're friendly.
Yeah, the indoor cottage is as creepy as it sounds. And there is a wooden door up front. You see that there is noise coming from this weird box that has light coming out of the front. There is music that sounds foreign coming out of it. Even the writing on these little metal cans of mead looks foreign to you guys. But as you approach the house, you do hear a noise as you see like a little movement by the window and like the blinds move a little bit. You just hear, "What y'all doing out there?"
Guys, what are we doing here?
Nothing. Just barricading the door.
What y'all doing in here? Barricading up. Y'all here to join me? Y'all necromancers?
Wannabe necromancers. Heard you were around and wanted to learn.
Prove
she's
it.
She's gonna look at Toxin and be like, "Ugh."
Prove it.
I'm not really a necromancer, but I think my friend is. Oh, I prefer to kill things rather than bring them back, but I guess we could work with that.
Prove it. Do some necromancy.
I was hoping you could. You got a basic spell or something?
Oh, I think I know something I could do. And then, hearing that, he's going to use Summon Shadow Spawn. It's not a dead body, but it summons a
Okay.
shadowy spirit.
Roll performance with advantage, and explain to me how you do it.
I'm rolling first to see what it is. It's in 22. 22. He's just sitting there going, "Oh, I bring you back to life."
Okay, Bob, you sell it completely. You kill it. You see the blind opens even more, and you can see like the dirty face of. It's hard to tell from this side, but what looks to be a humanoid, and you just hear, "Great googly moogly! I don't even know any necromancy like that. Come on in. The front door's unlocked."
You have a specialty. He has it for an hour, so the shadow spawn will kind of stick with him.
Okay, you bring. Yeah, he doesn't stop your shadow spawn at the door. Do you guys walk up and go inside?
Oh yeah, we're walking right in. I'm walking right in his door. How
Alright,
how big is this door? Do I have to like duck and like?
Yeah. I mean, you have to duck through most doorways at
For the
this
most
point.
part.
Yeah. So you definitely have to like angle a little bit to get in, but it's not like extremely cramped. It's a normal sized door.
Okay.
And you're first.
Yeah.
Are you opening the door
Yep. I'm gonna open the door right up.
with
Said
your
it's unlocked.
with your bare hands?
I don't like that question, but yeah, because I don't have gloves on.
Okay. Yeah, the door is unlocked. It swings open, and you guys are able to go inside.
All right. So upon walking in,
Uh-huh.
What do we see?
I'm a very large golden dragon born man.
You see a dirty man who is dressed in like white tidy whities that aren't very white anymore. An oversized white T-shirt that goes down to maybe his knees, but it's torn in different places. In the middle of this room is a large well that a red light is sort of shining out of, sort of like a flashlight. And then there is a bed in the corner. There are pieces of different bodies around the sides of the room. It smells incredibly awful here. But go ahead and roll me a history check, everybody, to see if you can recognize this new smell that's in this room.
Dirty 20. Finally
15.
a good roll.
A 12.
Okay, you would all recognize this smell. Toxin, you would recognize the smell the most because this is the smell of sulfur. And that smell is definitely emanating from this well in the middle of the room. The man looks at you and he says, "Well, I've been definitely needing some help. Being a necromancer, holding this thing together all by myself's been crazy. I've put in word to the Guild of Necromancers, but I haven't gotten any word back yet."
Well, that's just rude. They should respond.
"Yes, the well drinks from my body. Every day, I feel myself growing weaker as I feed the well. So
Well, that seems risky.
Yes, so I'm very glad to have a fellow necromancer here to hold some of the load. Please, come with me." He reaches out a hand to you, Bob. "Let me show you the well."
I'm gonna ask him what happens if you don't feed the well.
"I made promises on my life and the lives of all of my offspring for as long as eternity goes that I will guard this well with my entire body. The things on the other side of the well are much scarier than things on this material plane. The things that I've seen made me try to gouge my eyes out, but the gods gave them back, for it is my duty to see the well at all times. It's good to have someone to share, so I think we should come up with shifts. There are now 4 of us. We can come up with some type of way. I haven't had real food in probably 3 weeks. Adventurers keep coming here to try to stop me. I haven't gotten any reinforcements. Very good to have you guys here. Come check out the well."
Yeah, I think we saw your adventurer enemies laying on the ground out there.
"I've killed a lot of people since this all started.
It was quite a pile.
There's going to be a lot more coming, so it's good to have you guys here."
Why is that why you're sending out all the zombies is to like protect the well?
"Well, the more we kill, You know, people won't come around here anymore, and we need this well to be here for some time if the old ones are ever going to come through it. So zombies are to keep everybody out. And I get a lot of the bodies right through this hole. Watch. You hear that rumbling? You guys hear rumbling, and the whole cottage starts to shake a little bit, and a small geyser of blood and body parts starts spraying out of the well.
The well.
That's cool.
The well just burped.
Pretty much. And he says, "There you go. The well always delivers." And he's like, "Quick, grab some pieces. I sort them by size and by color." And he starts taking different limbs and body parts, and he's hobbling to and fro, putting them in different piles. On closer inspection, the piles are not very organized, and this man is pretty clearly insane at this point.
Uh-huh.
So what would you guys like to do?
Have you ever thought about calling this well Old Faithful?
He looks back at you, and he sort of just looks you in the eyes, and he ponders for a minute, and then he laughs and grabs a scapula off the ground and starts taking it to his bone pile.
To keep up appearances, I will start helping, but I'm gonna do my best to not grimace. This is not pleasant.
Yeah, guys, I'm really glad we came here to do our job.
So Nanan starts helping sort the bodies. What do you do, Toxin? What do you do, Bob?
So, I would assume that I am now covered in this whatever that just came up out of this well.
It's been a long time coming since you guys started dealing with these zombies. Y'all are pretty grimy at this point, yeah.
Yeah. And how close is he to the well?
About 10 feet. He's intermittently. He's just moving throughout the room, but you can definitely catch him by the well.
When he's very close to it, I'm going to walk up behind him and just grab him by the scruff and go, "What happens if you don't feed the well?" And then put him down.
Yeah, well, you grab him and he just fucking screams like bloody murder. He just screams and he clutches at his knees and he clutches at his face and he looks at you, Bob, and he looks at you, Nanan, in pain, and asking basically for help and just pointing at Toxin as he sort of slinks back towards the well, putting his back up against it.
So my patron is the Fathomless, so it's like the deeps. Would they know anything about this at all?
You could ask him.
Hey, Tim, do you know what's going on here?
Go ahead and make me a religion check.
Okay. Looks like that's a 7. Ugh, hell if I know.
Correct. Tim doesn't really know.
That's what I figured.
Yeah, he's never heard of a well like this. You guys have never heard of a well like this. You guys definitely see that this man is sort of out of commission. You've scared him, Toxin. He has shrunk down by the edge of the well, and he is now unresponsive, sort of just like muttering to himself and like pulling like blood and flecks out of his fingernails.
I'm gonna pick up whatever like the closest piece of viscera is and just drop it in the well just to see what happens.
As you go towards the well and you go down to drop a piece of viscera into the well, are you like looking into the well?
Yeah, I want to see what happens when it like hits that, whatever boundary there is there somewhere.
For sure. Okay, roll me a Constitution saving throw.
19.
Okay, a 19 is pretty good. You don't outright die. Your brain pretty much shuts down. When you look into the well, it is so incomprehensible that you guys look over. Toxin is bleeding from like the nose, eyes, and ears, and just falls down backwards. You are effectively at 1 hit point, Toxin. You guys like he's not moving right now, and you see his face is just like sizzling, and there's just smoke coming off of his body from getting too close to the well and looking inside. Toxin, you just feel your heart just like start kicking back in, and you open your eyes. You're on your back, dazed. That is the most. It feels like you got hit by Mike Tyson.
Okay.
You know,
Let's just calm down here. Oh, that was kind of fun. I think you should do it again.
I'm gonna rub my face and use everything my lay on hands has got, and I'm gonna get 10 back.
Okay, for sure.
What
Yeah,
the hell was that?
that definitely clears your head a little bit. Your head hurts. Like it hurts to think too hard about what you saw. If that makes sense. Trying to even recall what you looked at starts giving you a headache.
Oh. Oh man, we got to do something about this. That is not safe.
Well, obviously, the old ones are trying to come through.
Hey guys,
What
I
we
think
Yeah,
we
but
should
don't
really.
even look at it.
Hey guys, I think we should really do what we came here to do for our job. We should stick to what our job is.
let's surround him. Maybe. Can we do that?
Oh,
You guys see he's pretty much incapacitated. He's just laying in front of the well, sort of sobbing to himself. He survived as long as he had to until other people showed up, and now he's sort of just like mentally not here right now. So yeah, you could easily surround him. He's laying on the ground in front of you guys. He looks
And
like
we
a
know
man
that
broken.
this is definitely the guy that was making the zombies.
You know everything that he told you.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna walk up to him and just kind of like slowly pull out my mace from like behind me.
actually, I have something. Since you mentioned he's assembling bodies and he's not doing it that great, would I be able to check to see if it's looks like he's actually making the zombies or if he's just a helper that's been thrown in here to operate this? Would that be like a
Roll a investigation check, Bob.
investigation? Okay. Get +5 on that. Oh, that is a 22.
Dang. Good job.
With a 22, you notice that there is a journal in the corner of the room on a table. And with some quick reading and some quick flipping through it while you guys are in this room, you can pretty much get to the beginning of the story. So this was Professor X. He came out here to start getting a better understanding, doing core sampling out here, he was more of like a geologist who derives his magic from the earth. He was excavating. He was trying to find different places to dig when he came upon this well. And as you are tracking like the days and the weeks of this journal, by week 1, the well was talking to him. By week 2, he'd killed his friends that he was there with. By week 3, he was speaking to voices that were helping him construct the house. And then it just goes into lines and lines of madness. It appears that there is something incredibly evil and sentient about this well.
Hey, guys, I don't think that professor there is the one in charge. Oh, it seems like he's following something like you are. Yeah, Tim, like you.
But I will say that as you're reading the journal, there is a mention of a large metal plug that could be used to plug up the well. As you look around, you don't see it in this room.
Hey guys, there might be a way to actually close this thing, and I don't think we want to throw anything else in it. Did you guys notice anything metal laying around anywhere?
I don't think so, but I can go look.
Wasn't
I will,
that
like-
door metal?
As you guys go back into the main area of the room, it doesn't take
I
long.
don't know.
It does not take long for you guys to find the metal stopper that goes to close this well.
Does it look like a drain plug?
Yes.
Yeah. I will
Beautiful.
go over and I'll haul it up.
Yep. We're
Take
going
it
to
back
pick it
up.
up.
Bob's not
Okay.
that strong, so he'll just be kind of guiding you.
Right. So as a group, you guys go and get the plug. You take it back into the room, and about 10 feet away is the well.
Okay.
Well,
You guys go put it on there, right? I can guide you to make sure you don't miss.
thank you. Let's do this.
Yep. Heave ho, and up
Let's
onto
just-
the
sooner
well
the
she
better.
goes.
Here we go.
Okay. As you guys place the plug, you hear just voices screaming, yelling no, assaulting your minds as viciously as possible. But the three of you together, with hearts pure and a mission in mind, you guys plug up, well, half of your mind. You guys plug up the well. And almost immediately afterwards, as you guys get it on, you feel this immediate sense of like dread go away. You feel like a lot of this evil presence like already start to diminish, and you can see like how much that evil hanging in the air, how thick it was. And you hear some clapping
I don't feel as stressed anymore.
from behind you guys. And when you turn, you see three gentlemen of different sizes wearing pinstripe full suits. Each one holds a briefcase. And they turn to you guys and they speak in unison, each one looking at you independently and holding out a briefcase, and they say, "Huh, well, we didn't think anybody'd be able to figure that one out. Your prize is here in the briefcase." And they reach it out towards you guys.
We get a prize?
Whatever is in the briefcase is yours. You completed the challenge.
Huh.
You stopped the well.
It's been a while since I got a promotion in my previous job.
So yeah, Tox is gonna walk up and grab the bag or the briefcase and open her up.
When you open it up, that briefcase is stacked full of gold pieces.
Oh, maybe I can finally buy my way
Gang,
home.
gang.
A divine reward for a job well done. And then I will start praying to my. I will start praying in thanks.
And in those briefcases are a slip of paper in each one, which is a NDA filled out with your names to never speak about this well ever again.
Oh, fine by me.
And there's 5,000 gold pieces in each briefcase.
Signed that before. Remember, that's how you got here.
I
did.
I'll see this piece of paper, and I'll look at it and I'll shrug and crumple it up and chuck it over my shoulder. Go, too bad I can't read, and grab the case of gold.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna just pick it up to my mouth and just blow a little bit of fire and just be, what contract?
Okay, you guys burn your contracts. You toss yours. Bob, what do you do?
He signs it.
All right, Bob, as you finish signing your contract and you watch your two recently deceased teammates become vaporized as they're both hit with power word kills, the vampires drop their friendly demeanor as you see your friends not only hit the ground, but their bodies have turned completely to ash. All three of them approach you in unison. And when you look down at the briefcases that they were holding, you see that there wasn't really actually gold in the briefcases at all. It's just sort of melted into this brown, blackish tar that sort of moves on its own. And they say, "We've been watching you, Bob. We know what you have inside of your brain. Someone has to watch the well."
Tim?
You hear Tim in your head, and another voice that you haven't heard so much before, but it's soothing and it's deep and it's dark and it speaks about the well. And that's where we're going to end tonight's one shot.
Oh no!
Evaporated.
Evaporated.
Yeah.
Wow, what a plot!
Did not see that
I'm
coming.
Not at all.
All right, Nico, go ahead and write down in our Friday Patreon one-shot little notes that Bob, the variant human warlock, is our now BBEG and protector of the well.
Nice.
Nice.
I had a blast. You guys played amazing compared to last week.
That was a lot of fun.
That was like some real... We don't plan anything, Douglas. I killed them because they didn't sign their contracts.
Yeah.
Those guys are big ballers. They don't fuck around.
I don't fuck with sketchy magical deals.
Yeah. That was they're definitely evil. Yeah, they're bad guys for sure. We're gonna go ahead and left to right, just like we did last time. Emma, is there anything you want to say to the people?
Nice to play with you guys again. It's been a hot second. I had a blast. I totally fine with Nan dying. I totally expected it. That was honestly the best twist I've ever had. I did not expect the ending, and I can't wait to tune in next week and see what happens with Pop, the new PBEG. It's
All
almost
right.
fitting.
Fantastic. Toxin.
That was epic. Beautiful way to end it. I agree that there was something wrong with that contract. I knew nothing good was going to come of that.
It was gonna. Y'all aren't going to hell. You
Nope.
guys made the right choice on the material plane.
Yeah.
So that's fantastic.
We
Bob's tied in.
Dragonborn believe we will be reincarnated as
The two paladins are
as
going
one of the 7.
They're going where they need to go. The warlock, of course, is like, nope, I'm gonna play with these crazy evil people.
Yep, sketchy magical deal. I'm in.
And Dan, anything you've got to say? Anything you want to say?
You're the better.
Dan, Danosaur. I haven't played D&D in quite a while, so this was great. And Steak promised to make everyone pancakes if you show up at the booth at Gen Con when we have that. So
I will make pancakes. I'll be making Whataburger pancakes because they're delicious, and I've bought them here, and it's the best. I will say that if you guys are looking forward to it, we are working on the next campaign currently. Me and Brandon are in talks. It's going to be quest format. We have a fantastic cast. It is going to whoop ass. We hope to see you around. Join the Discord. Nothing but love. We'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
And don't worry, it's coming, Evan G. We'll see you Wednesday, baby.